Welcome to DCTV's Laugh But Not Least. Fasten your seatbelts and come along as we chop it up with some of the funniest comedians from all around the globe. Here at LNL, we do everything with a twist. We'll have the stand-ups sit down and allow us to get to know the real folks behind the funny. That's right, we're getting all up in their business. So if you're hungry for humor and need a good laugh, you've stopped at the right place. Here's your host, Niki Moore.
Welcome to Laugh But Not Least. We are here with one of my favorite comedians, Mr. BruceBruce.
What's happening, baby?
Welcome to D.C.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the D.C. Improv.
I know it, man.
That's some big stuff, huh?
You know what they told me, though? Now this messed me up. I've never did this improv before, but they said I did it 20 years ago.
Is that right?
I do not remember.
That's what happened when you're an old vet.
Oh, yeah.
You're an old vet in the game.
I don't remember. You know, and it's always about the money with me. So if they ain't got that money, we can't have no funny.
I was hanging out with an old friend of yours this weekend.
Who was that?
Mr. Michael Williams from the Comedy
Michael
Act.
Williams, you know, that's one of my
Yeah,
partners.
he spoke very, very highly of you.
That's one of my
And your
partners.
early on ability to make people laugh naturally.
Oh, and I was sure enough good looking then. You hear me back in the, you
Oh,
talking
you're
about
good-looking
good looking.
now.
You talking about good looking. I'm talking about back then. Woo!
And you smell good.
Yeah, you know I took a bath. You know how
Yes,
I took a bath.
thank you.
You know,
Thank
I
you
used to
for
go
that.
to the hotel rooms and I used to hear a mattress go ding, ding, and the girls trying to jump up to my window, you know. Ding. I'm like, what is that? I look outside. I'm just trying to get in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you let him in?
Nah, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
You just ain't gonna tell
I
us.
can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
Gave my life to Christ. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, holla
Yeah.
back.
Amen.
Listen, let me ask you, I got a couple questions for you
Okay.
real quick. How'd you get into comedy?
Well, it's real simple. You know, I grew up, I was always funny from as far as I can remember. But I had this uncle. You know, he was about 5 feet tall, about a 98 in the waist. You know what I'm saying? He was like an egg with a belt on. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, and he was so funny. And he used to always encourage me. He used to always say, whatever you do your very best and try to be the best at it.
Yeah.
And he can tell a lie, and we know he lying, but we have to help him tell this lie, especially when he's trying to prove it to somebody. He asks, did I do it? Yeah, he did. We know he didn't do it, but we had to help him. But he was the funniest dude, and he was the type guy that never go anywhere. Go to work, come home, that's it. Take my aunt to the grocery store, come home. Take her to church, come home. He didn't go nowhere. Would never drive on the highway, always the streetway. And he was a baker. He baked cakes, but that was my partner. And then I worked jobs, and everybody, man, you're so funny. But I had this last job, and it was at Frito-Lay potato chip. I used to sell a bag and eat 3 bags. You know what I'm saying? And
One for you,
yeah.
3 for me.
That's right. That's right. And I had this old white guy. He said, man, you're funny. He said, I sit here and watch comedians every Friday, me and my wife, and you're funny. You need to go on stage. And when I went on stage, after I came off stage, I knew that's where I should have been my whole entire life. And it's been almost 30 years now.
Eureka.
Oh, yeah.
Did you open the Comedy Act Theater? Were you the first host?
I wasn't
In
the first
Atlanta?
host, but I think I was like the second host. You know, everybody, we had a comedian named Chris Charles. I don't know if you remember him.
I don't know him.
He was really funny, but he hated everybody. I mean, he hated anybody was funny, he hated them. Now I don't know what he's doing. I think he's he's teaching school somewhere. I don't know.
As he should be.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But he just didn't have the attitude to encourage you. He would try to disencourage you, you know, but he was funny. But when he left, that's when I became the host.
Okay.
And it just started growing and growing.
Yeah.
And guess what? Here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah.
30 years?
Almost 30.
That's a long time.
And you know what? I'm still having fun. It's almost like I can do 30 more.
I
Because
can
I'm
tell
having
you have fun when you do it,
Oh,
too.
yeah. Even when I was stripping, I was having fun, but the church members come down so hard on me about it. And what makes it so bad, I'm doing the shows for them. You know, the motherboard, the Nurses Guild board.
They so ungrateful.
And they just be grabbing you
They
and
so
touching you.
ungrateful.
About to fall off the walker. Just
Oh,
grabbing you,
Lord.
just touching you. They're about to fall off the walker.
You had to get out of there.
And then when I wouldn't let them touch me, they said, well, he don't need to be dancing. They bumped me from the church. So I had to stop dancing.
Praise dancing.
My stage name was Stretch Mark. You know what I'm saying? I had a G-string the size of a jump rope. Let me tell you. It was breathtaking. Because when I put it on, it actually took my breath. Did you hear my stage?
Oh, but I'm boom. Listen, we like to ask people, because I want to know, you know, in addition to who inspires you, who encourages you, and now I'm gonna watch you to see if I see him in you.
Okay.
Okay, so comedy like Mount Rushmore.
Uh-huh.
If you had a comedy Mount Rushmore, who would be the heads?
It was so many people encouraging me. It was a dude by the name of Rex Garvin.
Rex Garvin.
He was from Mount Vernon, New York, lived in Atlanta, and he always dressed up in the 70s. Full jumpsuit, bell bottoms, mirror shades, 8-track in his pocket, Little Deb in his pocket, chicken wings, aluminum foil in his pocket, platform shoes, and he went by the name of Cold Funk.
Cold Funk?
Cold Funk was his stage name, and he was
Okay.
brilliant. I mean, he was brilliant, but he was the type of comedian. He was a comedian's comedian, so everybody loved him. Now, he would encourage you, but he hit or miss. Like, when he missed, oh my God, he would die of a great death. But when he hit, he would hit hard. And everybody went with it, especially the younger generation. They didn't know about the 70s. They born in 85, 86. But I can relate to it, coming on stage. He come on stage, he had a velvet poster on the wall, Isaac Hayes like this. You remember that,
Yeah.
on the wall. And
Yeah.
he had a glass up on the fireplace. Yeah, he come up and do all the old dances, and he drinks some water, and he'll start acting like he's slobbing out his mouth. He said, "You ain't dancing till you slob," But Rex Garvin, Cold Funk.
We got to get into him, so give us two more.
Of course, of course, growing up, we all listened to Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Bill Cosby, but I used to like Milton Berle. Now, the kids thought I was weird, but
Okay.
Milton Berle was quick, one-liners, quick,
Yes.
right after another. If you ever look at the Dean Martin roast,
Yeah.
they talk about him, but when he come up, it's over. He shut it down.
Yeah.
And I thought he was clever. I mean, weird looking, never fixed his teeth in his life. You know what I'm saying? If he ever did any
never know
crime,
that.
the teeth was crooked, turned this way, that way. If he ever did any crime, they wouldn't lock him up. They'd make him eat a candy apple. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but Milton Berle was like one of the most that encouraged me a lot. And, of course, rest in peace, Mr. Robin Harris. I thought he was one of the greatest, witty, funny looking. He wasn't an ugly dude. He just funny looking when he buck his eye. He know how to just
Where the hell is baby?
Oh, he knew how to use his face. He knew how to use
Yeah.
his hands. He was just brilliant. Rest in peace, Robin Harris.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Robin Harris.
Yeah.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Ben Carter here at Broccoli City Fest. We're seeing who has the best Cardi B chirp, and we have Jamie here with us. Jamie, let's hear your Cardi B chirp.
Okay.
Let's hear yours.
Okay.
You know what the Cardi B chirp is?
Yeah, the little rolling tongue thing.
Yeah, can you give me your best one?
Chirp. What do you mean?
You don't know the Cardi B chirp?
Like,
Yep.
oh, I got that.
No? Okay, we're gonna try somebody else.
I don't want to be like nobody else but myself.
We're asking people to do their best Cardi B chirp. Would you mind participating in that challenge?
Chirp?
The chirp.
Whatever, Cardi, whatever you want.
Okay, so do another one that's well prepared. Give it to me.
Oh.
Excellent. You have different dialects.
Yes, Cardi has different dialects. You gotta know which to do.
Okay. Have you heard of it?
No.
You don't know what the Cardi B chirp is?
What's the Cardi B chirp? Is that close?
You close? I think you're close enough.
There we go, man. I'll give it a shot, man. I guess I'm practicing, man.
Do you have any other versions?
Okay. That's it.
I don't know.
If you just did a good job, what is that?
If I just did a good job, you know,
A chirp.
The chirp. Are you familiar with the Cardi B chirp?
I ain't never heard of a chirp.
You never.
What happened to that boy? Like,
So it's Birdman, really?
Yeah, bro. You know, a little plagiarism.
What happened to that boy?
If something's bad, how do you do it?
Okay.
And if something's like in the middle, you don't feel any kind of way about it, how does it?
Okay.
All right, ready?
Cardi B is amazing, young. You can't come here for nobody else but her.
I'm Niki Moore, and this is Last But Not Least. BruceBruce.
That's
One
me.
Bruce. I took one.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm holding one.
You
for
can do
later.
whatever you want to do.
Bruce.
Yes.
Listen, how do you deal with hecklers? I know every now and again in 30 years you had to come across
Well, you know,
a heckler.
It's like when somebody come in your house. You know, if somebody come in your house and they start acting up, you got to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna let nobody come in your house. Mr. Lester ain't gonna let nobody come in his house. You understand? They ain't gonna let you come in disrespecting. The first thing you gonna say, look, hold on, player. Wait a minute now. Now, if you don't want me to hit you in your mouth and mess up your sex life, you need to
Not
stop
your
talking
sex
like
life.
your sex life, because I'm messing up. So that's what you do. You nip them in the bud.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But some hecklers are. A lot of them want to be seen, you know, and then a lot of them just be drunk. And then when they want to be seen, that's fine. But when they're drunk, it's kind of hard to handle them. So, you know, get them out of there. You know, but I can handle them. Ain't no problem, you know.
Okay.
Like taking candy from a fat baby. And, you know, that's hard.
Why
They
baby
hold
gotta be a fat
the
baby?
baby hold that candy tight, son.
A fat baby
You
ain't
better
gonna
believe
let
it.
go.
The baby be 3 months.
So I've seen different comedy specials over my life, and some better than others. What would you rank as the top 3 comedy specials of all time?
Well, I think comedy specials. Now, let me be totally honest with you, because that's the only way I can be. I don't watch other comedians.
Really?
No. That's why my comedy show is so different, because it's very easy to pick up on people's style and how they do things. I don't really watch it. I have been on TV and ran across some stuff, and I look at it. I think Tommy Davidson makes me laugh. Tommy Davidson. I can look at other comedians, and I can sit there and I know exactly what they get ready to say.
Yeah.
And I kind of, but Tommy Davidson is like, he's brilliant. You know what I mean? He's witty and he's animated. You know what I'm saying? Because he could just, he would say something and act it out. J.B. Smoove is the same way. J.B. Smoove makes me laugh. But Cedric the Entertainer is one of the most comedian never rushes. If you ever look at Cedric, he never rushes. He always takes his time and paced himself. And he's funny, and you understand what he's saying. But for his comedy specials, I've seen Cat Williams. I like Cat Williams. I've seen Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. Mike Epps. I love Mike Epps, not because I've been on tour with him, but I like when he's more animated. I like when he does Chicken Wing. You know, the guy, baby. You know, I got the arm like this, and he's a singer. I like when Mike do more of that animated stuff because it's funny. It's like Eddie Murphy and Martin. When you look at the movie Life, it was good, but it was brilliant when they started turning into those old men. That's when you see their raw talent, especially Eddie Murphy and Martin. Eddie Murphy, None of the professors. He did all the characters at the table,
All of them.
except one,
Genius.
the little fat boy. You got to think about it. Martin is the same way. When Martin is good on his show, but when he do Otis, that security guard, or Dragonfly Jones,
Yeah.
I mean, this is when you see these guys.
Even the little boy.
Oh my God, Roscoe,
Roscoe.
Elroy Preston, King Beef. You know, whenever he
Even his
done-
own mother.
Exactly. And this is when you see their true raw talent. Because Martin is really good to stay in character. Like that. Even when he do Shanae, you do a girl. So when you do a girl and can stay into character, you're the man. So, you know, I like Richard Pryor, of course, rest in peace, my man. He was good. But Bill Cosby was the one that never used profanity and never, he didn't use it on stage, but he would definitely use it off stage. Now, you didn't hear me say that. I didn't say that in the camera. But anyway, you can
I've
keep
heard
it.
he did quite a bit off stage.
That's what I heard too. So he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You feel what I'm saying?
Hyde.
Yeah.
Being the operative
Believe
word.
that when I tell you that.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
So listen, let me ask you. So
Okay.
this is the last question of the
Whatever
night,
you want.
and I want to get into you. I mean, like get
come on.
into you. Bro.
You know, if I wasn't
But I know
married,
you have that new
girl,
wife,
let me
so
tell you
I
something. If I didn't have these 3 wives, woo, Lord.
Listen, what is that one thing that's on your bucket list, comedic or otherwise? Like if you wasn't a comedian, you'd be this thing that you.
If I
have to
wasn't a
do.
comedian and I had a nice body, I would be like a stripper. I'd be the oldest male stripper. I'd be 76
Like
years
a senior
stripper.
citizen
I'm talking
stripper.
about getting it to them.
Oh,
And old
Walker.
folks, getting it to them. Bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? But no, you know, one thing I would like to do, I would like to make a ton of money and then retire and start training up and coming comedians on how to be a comedian, how to go
That
on
would be
stage and how
amazing.
to be use your own material and learn to think and write and be original. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to do and to guide them so they don't think it's all about money, because a lot of times when I go speak at schools and different elementary schools and middle schools, the first thing they say, what kind of car you got? And I'm like, I rode the bus here, I don't have a car. Because they think it's all about cars, money, because they see the videos and I had to tell them all these videos, these guys don't even own these cars. They don't even, the jewelry they have on, they don't even own it, the houses that they're doing it in. So we have got to teach our kids to get an education first and then just do what you love.
You're such a gracious man. Thank you so much for
you.
talking to me. I can't get over this ring though. This ring is
That's
giving
one
me
of them.
life.
That's one of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 of them. I mix them up every now and then. Because I'm a player. I'm the human,
And that's the way it is.
And people always ask me,
Thank you, Bruce.
how is your
Bruce.
wife? I said, she's married to me. She's doing absolutely
She's
wonderful.
amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's crazy though.
She is.
Yeah, she's crazy.
But that's the best kind. You
That's
know
what
that.
they
That crazy
say.
ain't nothing
I'm
like
talking
that
about-
crazy coochie.
I'm talking about crazy.
Restraining order with a renewal clause.
You know what I'm
kind of
saying?
coochie.
We be in church. She'll just walk in and say, "What is that bitch looking at?"
Oh.
And I'd be like, "That is the pastor's wife." Well, she need to tighten up.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Find good stuff at Goodwill and bring good home.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
Welcome to the special conversation with the legend, the legendary Sylvia Traymore Morrison. I'm so excited. Yes! Sylvia, many people don't know this, but Sylvia was my very first mentor in comedy. I was like, when I started comedy, Sylvia, I got to tell you, I sought out, like, you know how you join a gang or something? You want the baddest mofo in the gang. And that's what I did. I found a comedy legend.
Wow.
Miss Sylvia Traymore Morrison, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to Last but Not Least.
I am delighted to be here. I really am. I'm just so proud of you and just so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here. I really am.
Thank you. So listen, I want to get right to it because it's so much that I want to talk to you about, and I want the people to know a lot of the stuff that I know, but you are a how do you say it? Like an author multiple times over. Like, how many books have you written?
Actually, 2. I've written 2. One is, the first one was the autobiography.
Almost there, almost.
Almost there, almost. And then I have the new book coming out entitled Jelly Beans from Heaven. It was inspired by my good friend Whitney Houston, and it talks about her experience when she got to heaven, because God assigns us mentors, and Lena Horne was her mentor. So the story is so wonderful. I was like, how did I get this story? I'm not even an author, really, but here I am. I'm an author.
Well,
so,
I know 3 reasons why I beg to differ.
Oh, thank you.
You are an author.
Thank you. Thank you.
Author.
Author.
That's my hood. That's at DC Public School coming out. Don't mind me. But listen, let's get into some questions, though. This is what a lot of people don't know. You were, I think, the first Black female writer on Saturday Night Live, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Now, SNL has gone on for how many years now?
I think they started in 1975.
Wow. And when I learned that you were the first female, not only first black period, and you just happened to be a female, so you were the first Black female writer on Saturday Night Live, and you know there haven't been many to follow in your footsteps. Right now, there's Leslie Jones, and I think there was, did Clay Horn do one?
Yeah.
So other than that, I don't know of any more. Yeah. Tell me, what was your most exciting thing
on Saturday Night Live? First of all, can I tell you how I even got to Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
And I got to take it back in order to get to there so that you'll understand how I even ended up there. Okay, so they were roasting Muhammad Ali at the Apollo Theater in New York City. The biggest roast ever. Ali was at his prime. We're talking 1979. And that's all New York talked about, because I was living in New York and in Manhattan at 78th and 3rd in an apartment building about the size of this table. And he was coming, Muhammad Ali was coming, they were roasting him. Everybody was on the roast. Just everybody was on this roast, and I had to be on the roast because I was crazy like that when I was a young girl. I would create dreams and try to make them come true.
Wow.
So at that time, and a lot of your younger audience may not know, but there was a show on called Laugh At. And it was a comedy show. It was a funny comedy show. And there was a little old white lady on there. Her name was Ruth Bussey. And what she did was she'd be sitting on the park bench, and this white guy would come up to her and say real sexiful stuff, sexiful. And she would look at him so angry because she had this old lady look, but she was a young woman. Yeah, with the hair back in the ball, with the little screen on her head, and she would take her purse and she would knock him down. So I said, I'm going to crash the roast as a Black Ruth Bussey.
Wow.
I'm taking me a pocketbook and I'm going to crack that daggone Muhammad Ali upside his head. I mean, this was happening in my mind.
You were how old?
26. I was 26 years old.
You were really thin. I remember seeing footage.
God, I was this big.
Like, she was like a little girl thin.
I was tiny. I was so at any rate, I was dating a guy who played for the San Antonio Spurs. And I was down in Texas when I got the call. My girlfriend said, because I talked to one of my best friends, I said, I'm crashing the roast. She said, I want to go with you because I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. And she called me and she said, guess what? You're not going to have to crash this roast. I said, what are you talking about? She said, Dick Gregory just authorized you to replace Richard Pryor.
What?
In the roast. Now, mind you, Richard Pryor was originally supposed to do the roast, but that day he canceled. And they can't get anybody to fly in and do something. So she said, we all told Mr. Gregory about you, and he's never seen you, never met you, has no clue who you are, but he's going to give you that shot.
That's boss.
Yeah. Wow. I said, I'm going to host it? You'll be introducing everybody. You will be doing whatever you want to do.
Man.
You have the mic. And I said, wow.
That was your moment.
So I got on the next plane out of San Antonio. There was a black limousine waiting for me. I didn't know about limousines then. You know, I was used to getting on the bus. I get on the bus or the train and stuff. They had me in a black limousine. So they took me straight to the Apollo Theater. And no script, no nothing.
So what was it like when you went into the room?
Oh, let me tell you something.
Take us in there with you.
Nikki. Everybody was in that room. Everybody. I looked over, there was Mr. Cavett, Dick Cavett. He had his own talk show. He was international. You know, there's Jim Brown, the football player, Drew Bundini from Muhammad Ali, just all kinds of. And I had to go and interview each one. So I just politely got my little paper. And I went to Mr. Cavett, and I'm sorry, those are my glasses. And I said, Mr. Cavett, what would you like for me to say? He said, just say what you want. Say what, I don't care. Everybody had to say what you want. I don't care. Well, I don't even know. Okay. All right. So, the roast starts. I'm the first one out on the stage. I go out there and I see the Apollo Theater packed. When I tell you packed, I mean people lined up against the walls, both sides of the room. In the back, people standing up, waiting for the roast. It's Muhammad Ali. He's there, but he's not on the stage yet. He's not on the stage yet. There was Garrett Morris from Saturday Night Live sitting on the panel. There was, just all kind of I can't even think of everybody that was there that night. And I go out and I open up the event, and I'm like, Sylvia, just do you. So I started doing impressions, because that's what I do. I do impressions. And the audience got quiet because they were like, who is this black woman up here doing these impressions? And NBC was filming. So all of a sudden, they bring Muhammad Ali down. Nikki, when I tell you that God himself made this man with his own hand, this dude was standing in the wings waiting for me to call him out. I've never seen a man so built. I've never seen a man so put together, just absolutely go. And I remember him being on that side, and I looked and I said, it's Muhammad Ali, to myself. But I'm trying to be cool, because I done replaced Richard Pryor. So anyway, it was time for me to bring him out. I had just learned to do an impression of Muhammad Ali. I had just learned, and I said, this is either gonna make me or break me. I'm a female.
Shoot your shot.
I'm gonna take a shot at this. And I said, Mr. Ali, I'm gonna bring you out. I have a surprise for you, and I hope you like it. I took the microphone, I went to the front of the stage, and while walking, I was saying, God, if you've never blessed me before, please let this impression be Muhammad Ali. And I went into it.
Oh, look at you. Yes.
When I finished it, he didn't even let me bring him out. He just came out and he grabbed my hand.
Do it.
And he held it up in the hand. It's okay. Do like I'm like, I just went off. I'd made up a whole poem and everything for him. He grabbed my hand, Nikki. That man held my hand up in the air and he looked at me and he said, you doing me? A woman doing me? That's awesome. And the audience went bananas. At the end of that roast, Garrett Morris walked over to me. He said, you've got to meet my boss, Lauren Michael.
You got to come back because we want to know more. I've heard some stories about the plight of women on Saturday Night Live, the plight of women writers, women actors, and John Belushi. So if you want to hear it, we're going to be dishing the tea. Thank you so much, Sylvia Traymore Morrison, everybody.